Well, greetings and welcome. This is Dr. Lockett, and the purpose of this video is to give you a outline of the new concepts, the new improved concepts for CIS 110. Okay, this, what you see on the screen, is a handout that you will get a link to, and these are the table of contents. This particular handout is based on the class that begins pretty soon. Second 8 weeks is the CIS-110-2022. And some of the things that we're going to discuss today are the assignments, due dates, and ID numbers, the categories, how we do class participations, discussion boards, knowledge checks, lecture text checks, lecture module test, lab exercise, lab project exams, and lab finals, and finally the orientation. These instructional videos here is something that I created to go to the Virtual Learning Center over there, as well as the Learning Lab over here in ATC 122. So here are the due dates, and while we're talking about due dates, the orientation is always due on the first day, but each module has two blocks, this first block here and this second block here. The first block stands for the first week of the module. The second block stands for the second week of the module. However, if it's an 8-week course, these assignments are due at the end of the first week. So, okay, there you have it. You see that the 5 here is just the ID number for the assignment. Okay, module 1 is assignment 5 through 12, and that's the ID number for those particular assignments. Okay, so you can scroll through that at your leisure, and that's how the modules are set up. All right, let's talk about the categories. These are the categories. You have the orientation categories, which are worth 2% here. Classroom participation. This number 20 means there are 20 of them. So there are 4 discussion boards. There are 20 classroom participation, 8 knowledge checks, 8 tech illustrated, 4 module tests, 22 lab exercises, 10 project exams, and 4 project finals. And by the way, the project exams, I have disabled the hint button, the light bulb. If you want me to turn it back on, I can turn it back on. But right now it is not on. So between the classroom participations and the other lab, the lab exercise, the student should be able to complete the final exam without any problems, as well as the final project. Okay, so here is a breakdown of every classroom participation. The classroom participation is for every chapter and every section. So in this case, you see that we're in module 1. This is chapter 1. There are 2 participations. Module 2, there are 4 because there are 4 sections in Word, etc., etc. And that probably should say C2 right there. I bet it should. Yeah, that probably should say C2 chapter 2. That should say C2 chapter 2. Okay. Um, a little bit about the classroom participation. The classroom participation is designed to be given only during the module and only during the class period. It is to encourage the student to show up for class. Yes, it is graded, but if they turn in an assignment, finish, unfinished, in any form, you don't have to tell them that. As long as they participate, they get a grade. That's how we work it. So long as they participate, they get a grade. Okay, so as you can see, there's a classroom participation for every, and we'll talk a little bit more about that, but it's for every section and every chapter. Okay, all right. For discussion boards, discussion boards are only during the modules with lecture. There are no discussion boards during lab modules. They have enough to do. Knowledge check, as you can see, it's only during lecture. Tech Illustrated, only during lecture. The module test, only during lecture. Okay. Here's your lab exercises. Here are your project exams. Looks like there are 10 of them. Why are there 10? Well, because looks like there are 3 in module 2 and 3 in module 4, 2 in module 6, and 2 in module 8. That's how it comes up to 10. Here's your final project, and here are your orientations. Okay, so these instructional videos, like I said, they were they're there for the, that's not even, they're there to assist the instructors at the Learning Lab and the help desk over here in ATC 122. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so why don't I open up a Blackboard class and show you how to do what we are doing for lectures. Okay, so we'll start with this class here, and I'm just going to slide it over there in a second. I'm going to slide it right over here. See, can I slide it over there? There we go. Okay, and we just roll in here. Okay, so let's just go to module 1, and if you look at this, that D1 means it's done on day 1, and this is done on day 2. So basically, if we have someone teaching our class that's not a regular CIS-110 instructor, like the 7 of us, they will know what to do on any given day. Okay, so I'm going to go into module 1. Okay, and this is how you do the lectures. Okay, so what you do is you have the student download the content. Okay, so they download the content. First they read the book. We're going to assume that they have read the book. So then they download the content. Okay, and that is to assist them when they take the quiz after the lecture. So here's a lecture right here. Okay, it's going to roll in, and
the learning objective for this section is to give examples of digital technologies. Computers and other smart digital devices permeate our daily lives. HDT.
Okay, so that's the lecture. If you do this lecture, and by the way, it is not that long. It's only, this one is what, 3 minutes?
Smartphones and embedded systems. Others focus on particular types of processors.
Okay, so it's only like 3 minutes. Okay, so once they do that, then they can go to the test, the quiz, and take the quiz. Okay, this is not graded, but it assists with the lecture. That's how you do the lecture. Okay, all right, so that's that. Now let's talk about the classroom participation. Okay, let's go back here to Blackboard. We'll just pick up any course here, and let's talk about classroom participation in a lab module. Okay, so we're going to go to module 2, and so here's your classroom participation. Now what I have done, this is your 4th section, what I have done is I've given them the instructions and all of the start files for each assignment. Okay, and also it's available here in books and resources under lab resources in module 2. It's also there. So here's the instructions here for section 1. I made it a PDF, and here are the start files if necessary. Now, one thing about the classroom participation, you do not have to give them, let's just open this up, you do not have to give them all 10 activities. Okay, you can just have them do an activity like the first 5. In other words, until it changes the name. So they open a document and they name it F1 FTC package, and they type in all the information, and they're editing the document, and they type in more. Okay, so you can have them stop right here on 1-3, or you can have them start on activity 1-3, open this start file, which is right here. That start file is right there, and it's also right here. It's that start file right there. Have them open that start file and create the steps. So they don't have to do all 10 of these. So this is, so 1-3, 1-4, they are related. Let's see if, okay, so that's 1-4. 1-5, still same file is open, 1-5. Okay. 1-6, same file is open. They're still typing on the same file. You know, they're adding to the file. You know, they're building. 1-7, same. So if you were to have them do 1-8, same file. Okay. 1-9, same file. And 1-10, same file. So you can have them do 2 assignments. For this assignment here, they only have to turn in two files. Okay, they have to turn in the one for 1-1, 2, and 3, and they have to turn in the one for 4 through 10. Okay, so whatever they turn in is fine. Okay, all right, so I hope that helped. Should you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out to me, and have a wonderful day.